What is up, guys? My name, of course, is Carlo. Welcome to another Talks podcast show. We are in the house with writer-director George Threadgold, who has a new it's an online TV show, would you say?
Web series.
Web series called White Crow, and it's receiving a lot of love from everywhere. So how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. How about yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Sort of trying to get through this everything that's going on, trying to stay sane, as you know. I want to get out there and start filming and get things done, but it's just not happening. So let's start at the beginning. How did I'll tell you what we do. I'm going to drop the trailer so everyone can see what the trailer's all about, and then we'll just continue after the trailer.
More hit Sir Clifford last night and this morning.
So, he's back in the country then?
I heard you've been on the hunt.
So who are you, John or Daniel?
I really don't have the time for this. I need to get out of it.
I suppose you want me to beg for my life?
Not really. That would be a waste of your last breath.
Send a couple of K operatives after him. They could use a leg strap.
You're gonna love what I got.
So, how did it all begin for you with White Crow?
I've always been a lover of the spy genre. Always loved James Bond, Jason Bourne, that sort of thing. And then I think it was the winter of 2017, I found myself reading the John le Carré book, The Spy Came In From the Cold. Kind of blitzed through that. I've been filmmaking for a few years now, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give writing a kind of a spy thriller a chance. So I started off writing a short film, which was basically two spies, kind of their last meeting by a lake.
Right.
And then that's turned out to be the first episode. And I wrote it as a short film, and then it grew from there. I couldn't stop writing, if you know what I mean. I wanted to kind of find out really why he did this and that, and then just sort of grew from there. And then I think it was about 2 weeks later, I'd found out that I'd written 15 episodes. It sort of kind of grew from there, really.
So it's quite interesting that you never went for a feature, but you chose to do episodes, because that's quite a commitment, because you've really got to top yourself each episode. You've got to think, I've got to take it to the next level, just to keep people engrossed. What made you think to yourself, right, I want this based on episodes rather than creating just a feature film? What was the concept now?
I think for me, really, it was getting it out there. I found it was most likely going to be easier to get it out there as episodes. The dream was to kind of film it, the whole series as one. But so far, we filmed the first 3 episodes and we've received, like you said, a lot of love for that. We're currently in the process of putting together the final 6 episodes for the series. So I just found I quite like watching series. I find I like the excitement of waiting for the next episode, kind of guessing what's going to happen next. So I found an episodic kind of approach quite interesting for it. I like to end things on a cliffhanger, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because it's very ambitious. Because I'll be because I'm more feature film, so I would be quite nervous in doing something like that, because you have to keep it going, and if you don't keep it going, people are going to wonder, when's the next episode, so on and so on. So you've got a talented array of cast members in this. How did you, in essence, get this team together and say to them, look, this is my vision, this is what I want to create, you want to go for it? I mean, how did that all happen?
So a couple of them I headhunted. So with the first episode, we had a character called Patrick Wharton. Sorry, I've got the two names mixed up there. Patrick Adams, who's played by Carl Wharton. The character is basically, the episode 1 is about him, and it's a massive long monologue. And I'd been watching Carl's work for a while, and I approached him and said, I've got this character and I think he'd be fantastic for the role. And he read it and he absolutely loved it and jumped at the chance to play the character. And then Julian Gamm as well felt that he fit the role perfectly as the lead character JD. And he was quite, from when I started putting things up from pre-production, he seemed quite interested in the series, quite interested.
Julian's an absolute legend. He really is. He's such a good actor. Yeah, and I think he should be in so much more stuff. He should be up there in Hollywood because he's got the potential to do that. We're lucky enough to have Julian in our upcoming movie, so it's very exciting. So going back to planning the movie and writing the script and stuff like that, how long did it take you to write the script? And did you just think to yourself, well, I'll write it as a feature and cut it into sections? Or was it just wait until to see how it goes?
So I kind of, like I said previously, I kind of blasted the 15 episodes out in pretty much 2 weeks. But I just took them as episode by episode, really. As soon as I kind of finished writing one episode, I'd go on to the next one. And then I went back and did a massive rewrite, added in some new characters, felt like, a little bit more depth there, a little bit less there. So yeah, it kind of grew from that.
Interesting, really, really, really interesting. And obviously this is a filmmaking channel. Everyone, is interested. What sort of gear did you use making this? And how did you have a DOP? Did you have a cinematographer? How did it work, sort of getting all them together?
So pretty early on, I was quite lucky that where I live, someone in the block of flats with me is a director of photography, Sam Wayne.
Right.
And he was, so by chance, we'd sort of met each other in the hallway, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We went to Japan and kind of kept an eye on his flat while he went to Japan. And then he came back and then we got talking about film and then found out that he did cinematography. And then he jumped on board as a cinematographer for that. He's gone to uni to study it, and he's actually won a couple of awards for his cinematography. So managed to gel with him quite well on that, and he helped kind of kickstart the series with me. I kind of ruined the scripts. I was like, read these, see what you think.
Yeah. That's amazing because that's destiny waiting to happen. That means White Crow was supposed to happen. Do you know what I mean? It is a fantastic series, guys. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go and see it. I'll pop all the links in the description down below. This is also crowdfunded. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we're currently got an Indiegogo crowdfunding page going at the moment to raise funds for the final 6 episodes 4 to 9. Right. I know previously I said we had 15 episodes, but what actually happened is those 15 have now been condensed into 9. To make episodes a little bit longer. But yeah, so we're currently raising funds for that. Our target is £8,000 to have everything we need to finish funding. We're currently at £1,000 and we've got 30 days left.
Links in the description, guys. If you want to donate a little bit of money over to for this project, that would be appreciated. And you will get a mention from me in the next video. Whoever sort of donates money, I will give you a shout out. So please check the Indiegogo campaign in the description below and just help out. Whether it's £10, £20 or £100 or £1,000, every little bit sort of helps. So you told us that you've directed before. You've done a bit of film work before. Could you tell us a bit about your background in film?
I call myself kind of a self-taught filmmaker. I've always massively loved films. Like I said, I've loved the James Bond films. Big fan of Star Wars.
Yeah, who isn't?
And then I kind of found myself like lost on what to do, and I started teaching myself film. Just picked up a camera, wrote a few things, and started going. And then I found the Rain Dance Film School.
Right.
Signed on to a couple courses for them. I did a directing course with them, producers course, and a screenwriting course. And then anything that sort of wanted to know about film, I just kind of Google it and, use the internet, and then also, if networking, finding other people and learning from their experience, really.
Yeah, sorry, continue.
Yeah, I was, I've done a couple of other short films, nothing major yet. I'd say White Crow is kind of the biggest project I've done at the moment. I've recently done a micro short called Dinner at Vanessa's.
Right.
That won an award for Best Actress as well.
Brilliant.
Fantastic. Leanne Stott plays a cannibal in that, which is quite interesting.
But White Crow's winning awards everywhere, isn't it?
Yes.
It's winning everything. It's like, what? It's just crazy.
Yeah,
but it's well deserved. It's well deserved. Because I think I watched episode 1 with Julian. Julian was here. And we watched episode 1 together. And I was like, this is going to go far. I said to Julian, this will go far. I sort of knew by the first episode, I said, this will definitely go far, this series. So massive congratulations on that. So let's have some surefire questions. Okay. Which I'll do to all my guests on the show.
Yeah.
I sort of get a rough idea when I say favourite film, it's going to be something James Bond or something like that. So
yeah,
I might be wrong. Favourite movie?
I'm going to go for Die Hard.
Ooh. That's actually a good choice.
Yeah.
Last year we was over in LA and we went to the Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah.
Where they shot the Die Hard film. And I went in there with me camera, filming everything, and I almost got arrested because you're not allowed to film that particular building.
Yeah.
Because of 9/11, you can't film that particular building, which was crazy. So, favorite director?
Christopher Nolan.
And why?
I think his style of filmmaking is just incredible. Films such as Inception, and I've recently watched Tenet as well. I think he's just got a brilliant mind. I think some people don't like him sometimes because it's a bit overcomplicated, but it interests me.
Well, we got a guy in The Wrong, one of the cast members. He was in 1917, and he worked with Christopher Nolan. He worked with him. He was an extra, but he sort of said that as a director, he was like the nicest guy ever. He literally had time for everyone, and because they were filming, have you seen 1917? Yeah. So you see as they're walking in the trenches, and they go into where what's his name? Colin Firth? He's in the bunker. Well, he's just stood there, and it was really, really cold. But during the breaks, Christopher Nolan would come up to him and make sure every single one of them were okay, that they were warm, that they had some soup, that they had something to eat. Do you know what I mean? Apparently, he's the most nicest director to actually work with, if that makes sense. So that's quite cool. We'll have to get you two together to have a little chin wag. So I was going for questions, right? If you had a choice to direct a film, okay, or a franchise of a film or any film, what would it be and why?
So if I had a chance to direct any film, what?
Yeah. That's been made, or you would want to do a spin-off, or you would want to do a sequel, should I say?
Yeah. Oh, that's a tricky one. I'm going to go for I'd say a Star Wars film, just because it's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head.
Oh, come on, you're a director. Direct.
It
is a tough one. It is a tough one.
I would say a James Bond film then, actually. I don't know
why
that escaped my thought. Yeah, as much as I think James Bond's sort of flagging at the moment, I think there's so many little things you could do with it, to kind of modernize it. And going back to Christopher Nolan, I'm just waiting for him to direct a James Bond film.
Can you imagine that? I might be Steven Spielberg to create a Bond film and just have a big spaceship come down. little green men coming out of it, and let them deal with that. That'd be awesome. So let's go back to White Crow. Do you want to tell us a bit about the cast, why you selected them to play their roles? It's got quite a few cast members in it. Why you selected them, and where you want to sort of take this series to. What's the goal for this series?
Okay, well, the cast was all kind of, obviously I had a vision in mind for the characters, and so Andrew Rolfe, who plays Charles Manson, and Charles Mason, and Choppin, who plays Sir Clifford, we did a casting day last July, and they both came along, and they both came along at a similar time, and the two characters are meant to kind of work closely together within the series. So we kind of we got them both in the room at the same time to read off of each other, and they fit the roles perfectly. You've got Keith Choppin as kind of the tough spy master who is trying to keep control of all of his chess pieces, if you know what I mean, while JD's going around and causing as much trouble for him. And then you kind of got the younger up and coming spy master, Charles Manson. That's twice now. Charles Mason. They just worked brilliantly together. And then that scene in episode 2 where they're on the bench overlooking the lake, you can just see in that scene just the chemistry between them is fantastic.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
when I watched that scene, I was like, actually, that is wow. That is a great piece of acting between the pair of them. It was fantastic.
It was such an easy scene to film because as soon as they got on set, they were practicing their lines with each other, bouncing off of each other, and it was so easy and straightforward. It was like wonderful to work with them.
Yeah.
Just them two are incredible. And then you've got Jennifer Preston, who plays Esther, the kind of mystery drug girl who keeps kind of popping up. Again, fantastic actress. She knows exactly what she's doing. She listens to what I'm looking for in the character, and also gives her kind of input on how she thinks she should be. And she's fantastic to work with. And then we've got a couple more actors or actresses and actors coming in. We've got Leanne Stott, who I mentioned I worked with on that dinner at Vanessa's, on White Crow, but she's coming in as an ex-spy called Anne.
Right.
That'll be in the next episode. And, yeah, she's a fantastic actress to work with as well. Quite eager to see how she plays Anne as well, because I've got obviously a vision in my head, and I think she might tweak it slightly, but I think for the better. And then Joseph Campbell is playing a conspiracy nut called Christopher, who sort of gets in over his head after releasing some sensitive information.
Yeah. So what's the dream? Where do you want to see this going? I mean, will there be a point where you say to yourself, do you know what, I want to finish the series and make a feature? Or
So in my head, I would say I've got a plan for a second series.
Right. That's good.
I think the dream would be 3 series and a feature.
Right.
I have also got plans for when the first series is complete. We are going to put together a supercut version of it.
Right.
And use that as a feature as well.
That's awesome. That's a fantastic idea.
So,
I'll definitely be supporting. If you need a thug in your film, let me know. I'll play a good thug.
yeah.
So, listen, congratulations with the series. If anybody wants to watch it, I will post links in the description down below, along with the Indiegogo campaign, so you can donate a bit of money. We're going to ask you a couple more questions about sound design, the soundtrack.
Yeah.
If that's okay. The music behind it. How did that all sort of come together?
So basically, my dad has been playing music for about 30 years or since he was a boy. And he's got a friend of his, Steve Watts, who works at Big D Studios.
Right.
Done music for Disney and some other large kind of like film companies. And basically through my dad, I managed to get hold of him. And he basically offered to sponsor the series by doing the music for it.
Wow.
And he wrote all the tracks especially for the scenes. Yeah, he's a fantastic musician.
Yeah.
Really glad to have him on board, to be honest, because I think it really creates the kind of the atmosphere behind the scenes.
Music's one of the most important parts of a film. If you get the music wrong, you get the whole thing wrong, because it's what drives it, you know, which I've always said. I think audio and music are the most important parts of a production. Absolutely. So listen, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're an absolute legend. I think we've been going for about nearly 30 minutes. So you're an absolute legend. Like I just said, guys, if you want to check out the short film, do you want to tell us where they can find it, where to go, links, all that stuff?
The best way to find us will probably be through our social media pages. So on Facebook, we are whitecrow.webseries or at whitecrow.webseries. And we're also the same on Twitter. And then you can follow the link through to the YouTube channel there.
Yeah, also whatever. If I'll get George to send me all the links, and then I'll just post them in the description. I do can't stress. Please donate to the Indiegogo campaign. That would help the production out loads, and obviously help make more episodes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there's also some fantastic perks on offer on the crowdfunding page as well, and we put some brand new perks up there today as well.
Please tell us what they are.
So basically, there is 3 new perks. One is to have the chance to be on screen behind the action as a non-speaking role. Another perk is basically on screen with a speaking role. And then the third and final perk is on screen speaking role with an on-screen death. So you can have yourself killed by JD basically on screen.
I'll just get him up my ass and just shoot me. There you go. I mean, you can't get better than that. I mean, they're great perks. You also, am I right, you've got merch available for it as well?
We have got T-shirts at the moment, as worn by the crew on set. Not the actual ones, because they're a bit smelly.
Yeah.
But, crew T-shirts available as well.
Cool. Fantastic. So, thank you for coming on the show. Guys, stay tuned for the next episode, which is coming hopefully mid-January. We've got the amazing Ryan Connolly from Film Riot coming on the show, which is cool. And then we've got a special one towards the end of January. We have Kermit the Frog coming on the show. I don't know why, but we've got Kermit coming on the show. It's all good fun, isn't it? It's all good fun. So thank you so much.